It's Facts Channel 4 News.
I am Miss Bubba Baluba here with
Miss Nick Frisley.
First off, you will hear with Miss Lula Upa reporting on the 1964 earthquake.
Right after that, you'll hear from Dr. Yepmock reporting on Pompeii.
Then after that, you'll hear from me reporting on the biggest earthquake ever that happened in Chile.
Then me, of course, reporting on the biggest volcanic explosion ever.
And last but not least,
Dr. Flopmop reporting on sports. Thanks and enjoy the show.
And I'm here to tell you about the 1964 Alaskan earthquake, also known as the Great Alaskan Earthquake. The earthquake occurred at 5:36 p.m. on Good Friday, March 27th. Across south-central Alaska, ground fissures, collapsing structures, and tsunamis resulting from the earthquake caused about 139 deaths. The earthquake lasted for 4 minutes and 38 seconds. Soil liquefaction, fissures, landslides, and other ground failures caused major structural damage in several communities. 200 miles southwest, some areas near Kodiak were permanently raised by 30 feet. Southeast of Anchorage, areas around the head of Turnagain Arm near Girdwood and Portage dropped as much as 8 feet, requiring reconstruction and fill to raise the Seward Highway above the new high tide mark.
my name is Dr. Yepmock reporting from Phoenix Facts Channel 4 News. I'll be taking you on a trip through Pompeii. This is how it was when the Romans first lived here, 160 acres around the area. 20,000 Romans populated the area, and it was a happy Roman civilization until the eruption of Mount Vesuvius. Now, Mount Vesuvius had erupted dozens of times in the past 2,000 years, but on April 24th, 79 AD, it exploded in its deadliest eruption ever. It had several stages. First, it shot out a big pillar of debris over 12 miles high. That's about twice the height of Mount Everest. So then it shot a ton of pumice and ash rolling down itself at 70 miles per hour over 1,300 degrees Fahrenheit. All that ash covered Pompeii in 16 feet of ash. Almost the whole city died. If not, the rest died of being homeless. The explosion covered 200 square miles, and History.com says that it was literally erased from the map. All the debris that melted over Pompeii preserved the way exactly how it was in 79 AD. Even the shape of the Romans were kept as they were struggling for their lives. Even now, more than half of Pompeii is still buried.
I'm Miss Bubba Baluba. As you know, we have had many earthquakes, but the biggest one was and still is the biggest now. At 7:11 p.m. on the 22nd of May in 1960, a devastating earthquake happened in Chile. The devastating earthquake killed 1,886, injured 3,000, and left 2 million homeless. The magnitude of this earthquake was approximately 9.5, and the government spent $5,675 fixing the damage. And now, back to you will hear from Miss McFizzler.
Good morning, my name is Miss McFrisley, reporting from Channel 4 Phoenix Facts News. The eruption of Mount Tambora was the biggest eruption ever recorded. Mount Tambora, Sambora Island, Indonesia, was a devastating explosion. It happened in April of 1815. It blasted 12 cubic miles of gases, dust, and rock into the atmosphere and all the way over to the island of Sambora and the surrounding area. Rivers of intense ash poured down the mountainsides. It burned many grasslands and forests. The ground started to shake and tsunamis started racing across the Java Sea. They estimated that 10,000 of the island's people died instantly. The eruption was rated a 7 or supercolossal on the Volcanic Explosivity Index, the second highest rating on the index. The volcano Mount Tambora is still active and is one of the highest peaks in Indonesia and archipelago. The explosion was so loud that they heard it all the way in Sumatra Island, which is more than 1,200 miles away. The estimated number of deaths from the explosion was 71,000 people, and clouds of ash were over many faraway islands for many days.
My name is Dr. Flopmop, and I'm here with Sports History on Phoenix Facts, Channel 4 News. 25 minutes before the beginning of the third game in the 1989 World Series, with the San Francisco Giants and the Oakland A's at Candlestick Park. There are 63,000 fans in the stadium. There were broadcasters and reporters from all over the world in the press box. But suddenly the world started to change. There was a violent shaking and rumbling coming from the ground. Then all of a sudden the power went out. While this was happening, concrete was falling from above and the crowd was screaming. But then everything went silent while the stadium was swaying back and forth. It all stopped and the crowd yelled out, "Play ball."